Today Novavax was up 15%, and are you wondering why that was? If so, I'll give you some up-to-date information, so stay tuned. Welcome to Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise, where we talk about little things that can lead to big improvements in our financial and physical health. If these are the things you're interested in, you'll definitely want to subscribe and become part of our community because, after all, it's free and it'll make sure you don't miss any upcoming videos. And if you're interested in developments toward a vaccine to end the pandemic from an investor's viewpoint, we've got you covered. So definitely hit that notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos as soon as they're released. So earlier in the day, I gave an update on Moderna in a new video discussing last week's gains. If you haven't seen it yet, definitely check it out. But today, the big news wasn't on Moderna's stock price, it was on Novavax. And with this big movement, it was clear that I would be doing a second video today. So what caused the big gains? From what I can tell, there are a couple things that definitely helped move the stock. Most likely, the biggest factor was that an analyst upgraded his target price to $61. Secondly, there was a free article from a popular outlet stating the merits as to why Novavax could be a safe bet. So what were the reasons behind this positive publicity? One of the big reasons cited from the analyst was that Novavax announced last week that they had acquired Czech Republic Praha vaccines. The importance of this acquisition is that this can give more resources for the company to ramp up production of its pandemic vaccine candidate and be able to better compete with the bigger names out there. They were already in a good position with CEPI funding of $384 million, and this seems to be another good sign that the company is on the right track with its vaccine candidate and its ability to manufacture the vaccine in significant doses. Secondly, in an article promoting the company, the writer stated many of the reasons that I had talked about in last week's video. Those being of the CEPI funding and that the company's fortunes could also be riding on the final results of a promising new flu vaccine called NanoFlu that is in the final stages of a phase 3 clinical trial. Both of these reasons are important because they could counterbalance any potential risk to the pandemic vaccine candidates not succeeding. One being that if the candidate fails, most of the money put into it was from the CEPI funding. And then also if the vaccine fails, the company is still looking good on its NanoFlu vaccine that would also be very lucrative. Again, a lot of things that we talked about early last week. I go into more detail on some of these areas in that video, so if you haven't seen it yet, please check it out. I'll put the link in the description. Of course, the most positive scenario would be for both vaccines to be deemed effective and approved. If this were to happen, the stock price would soar. However, if both vaccines didn't succeed, well then I think you know what would happen in that case. So there you have it, my second video of the day. I hope you found them helpful, and if you did, please subscribe, hit that like button, and share with your friends. As always, I hope that we can all learn from each other on how to take little, easy steps in making big improvements in our lives. Thank you again for watching, and until next time, have a great day.